Hi, my name is Dr. Blaze Ryan, and I have an unusual story about attention deficit disorder to share with you. This story is about how I learned 3 simple secrets from traditional Chinese medicine that allowed me to transform my ADHD. And today, people around me would have no clue that I once struggled, like so many children do, with attention deficit disorder. In fact, my ADHD was so bad that I was forced to drop out of high school because I just couldn't concentrate in class. Now, I'm not proud of this fact, and honestly, I wouldn't want anyone to go through the struggles I went through in order to get control over this debilitating condition. Lucky for me, in my late teens, I traveled to China, where I met a monk who helped me change my life, and he taught me the secrets to gaining mastery over my attention and focus. It worked so well that it allowed me to return to school and graduate at the top of my class from one of the most prestigious academies in the world as a doctor of traditional Chinese medicine. And I used this same technique to learn 3 new languages, write and publish a book, and most importantly, teach my own child how to stay focused, calm, and concentrated on his work. And I'm going to share with you the exact formula I learned and how you can use it yourself to help your child overcome ADHD behaviors in this brief presentation. Did you know that there are currently over 6.4 million children in the US alone who have been diagnosed with ADHD? That's a shocking 11% of the childhood population. And every year, there are over 320,000 more children who get the ADHD diagnosis. And the numbers are steadily increasing. There's no doubt in my mind that our culture is in the middle of a childhood ADHD crisis. And I've made it my mission to help reverse this crisis and give parents the power to stop their child's ADHD behaviors permanently, and all without costly drugs, doctor's appointments, or expensive therapy. They say that knowledge is power, and I'm going to share with you the ancient Chinese knowledge that I discovered that will help your child focus, concentrate, and pay attention. My journey to creating this system all started in 2009 when I met a young businessman from New York City named Justin, who had built a $100 million company. And at the peak of his career, he was diagnosed with ADD and was prescribed the drug Adderall from his doctor to help him focus. Justin confided in me that the medication didn't help his ADD, but actually made it worse. And he told me that because Adderall, which like many of the ADHD drugs, is amphetamine-based, which means it's basically like speed, it's a stimulant, he got addicted to it. He spiraled out of control, ended up losing his entire business, and went bankrupt. And he told me he blames it all on his condition and the meds that, as he said, messed up his mind. When I told him that I also suffer from ADHD and how I overcame it using these 3 secrets from traditional Chinese medicine, he urged me to write a book or create a program to help the millions of families and people who struggle with ADHD or ADD every day. In fact, for an entire year after we met, Justin would send me messages almost weekly begging me to share my knowledge with the world. And that's why you're watching this video today. Because of Justin's insistence, sincerity, and suffering, which inspired me to look deeper into the ADHD problem and share the solution that I discovered, which I'm about to reveal. Now, I was pretty surprised by what Justin told me because when I grew up, ADHD was not a popular diagnosis. And prior to meeting Justin, I was frankly unaware of how big of a problem it had become. After all, I'd never gone to the doctor or been prescribed medication for it because I fixed it myself using traditional Chinese medicine. So I did my own research, and what I found shocked me. I was so disturbed by what I discovered that some nights I wasn't able to sleep. I discovered that most of the ADHD medications, which were indeed being prescribed to some children, were classified by the DEA, that's the Drug Enforcement Agency, as being Class 2 narcotics. That's the same category as crack cocaine. Consequently, these medications carried heavy risks. And one research paper published in the American Journal of Psychiatry concluded that kids taking ADHD drugs were 7 times more likely to die of sudden death. As I continued my research, it became more and more disturbing. Other side effects had been documented like insomnia, suicidal tendencies, aggressive and violent behaviors, even psychotic episodes. and I discovered that almost all of the schoolyard shootings that were done by children or teens were done by them when they were on ADHD meds. Now granted, the last thing I want to do is raise unnecessary alarm bells with these facts. If your child is on ADHD meds, it doesn't mean that they're going to suddenly die or go on a killing rampage. I'm telling you this because most parents are completely unaware of two crucial points about these pills. The first are the risks and possible side effects. The second is that in all cases, these meds do not solve the root problem of ADHD. They just mask the symptoms. Now, it's true that today, most of these drugs are prescribed by responsible doctors and within safe dosages. And the last thing I want to do is make parents feel guilty. You need to understand that if your child is taking ADHD meds, it's not your fault. What are you supposed to do if your doctor and school teacher says your child needs meds, especially if you don't know about any other option? And today in this presentation, I will share with you a real option that doesn't just mask your child's ADHD behaviors, but will help fix the root cause behind them. When I discovered the facts I just shared with you, I would often lie awake at night thinking about how and why this was happening. Why were so many children today being diagnosed with ADHD? And how could I share my knowledge about how I overcome my ADHD naturally? And that's when my research took me into the scientific studies, and I discovered hundreds of papers that proved how there were about 24 variables involved in ADHD behaviors. 24 variables. Now it seems like a lot, but the scientific proof was conclusive that if these were addressed, then the ADHD symptoms reduced. I cross-referenced my own experience in controlling my ADHD, and I was floored to find out that I had balanced all of these 24 variables using these 3 simple secrets of traditional Chinese medicine that I mentioned. The 3 Chinese medicine secrets that I've been mentioning really aren't secrets at all. In fact, they've been used in China for thousands of years to heal millions of people, but here in the West, they remain virtually a secret. They are the very essence of traditional Chinese medicine, the balance of yin and yang energies. Now, if you've never heard of yin and yang before, it's not some hocus-pocus new age concept. It's a very simple yet profound theory that can be applied to all science and life. This theory is the very foundation of engineering and physics. It's based on 2 opposite energies and how they balance and interact with each other. Yang is the active force, and yin is the receptive form. In its most basic sense, it can be explained in Newton's famous third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So how does the balance of yin and yang and the 3 secrets affect ADHD in a practical way? Well, according to traditional Chinese medicine, the yin and the yang energies exist within us. And when these 2 energies are in balance, there is synergy, and our bodies and minds function optimally and efficiently. When yin and yang are out of balance, then chaos, illness, and disease can set in. And that's what's happening with ADHD. In the case of ADHD, we can see that there's too much yang, too much hyperactive energy, and not enough yin, which is the receptive, the listening aspect, our ability to pay attention, to learn, to absorb, and to concentrate. And the 3 secrets are the 3 main therapeutic steps that traditional Chinese medicine uses to balance the 2 polarities of yin and yang. Based on the fundamental principles of traditional Chinese medicine, when there is an imbalance, there is always something in excess and something in deficiency. And we can see here the yang, the hyperactivity, is in excess, and the yin, the ability to receive information, to pay attention, to focus, is in deficiency. So the first step is to reduce the excess. The second step is to increase the deficiency. And the third step is to create a sustainable balance between the 2. So why do we reduce the excess first? Well, there's an old Zen story that can help explain. Here's the story. A man went to a famous wise sage and asked him for his secret on inner peace and enlightenment. The sage invited him in for tea. And as the sage prepared the tea, the man began talking and talking about various philosophies and sharing his opinions on different things. Blah, 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 on he went. The sage silently listened and then began pouring his tea. But when the tea reached the top, he kept pouring, even as the tea poured out of the cup onto the table. The man reacted surprised and said, "Master, the cup is overflowing. Are you mad?" The wise sage replied, "The cup is like your mind. How can I put anything new in it when it is already full. You see, the cup is like your child's mind. If it's already full, how can we expect anything new to enter? Trying to add more to your child's mind is like adding more tea to a cup that's already full. Another way to understand it is to look at your child's mind like a computer. And right now, like a computer with no more RAM space, the brain is just overwhelmed because there's too much information and too many programs running. And what happens when your computer runs out of memory and disk space? Well, it gets turtle slow. It takes forever to process things, or it can freeze and even shut down completely. When a computer runs out of space, it needs to be cleaned up. Unnecessary data needs to be deleted, old programs removed, the disk needs to be defragmented, and space needs to be created so it can function again. So this is step 1 of the ADHD transformation program. First, we remove the excess. First, we create space. In step 1, we reduce those factors that are overwhelming your child's brain and causing distraction, hyperactivity, lack of focus, learning problems, and impulsive behaviors. Just like how cleaning up your computer will make it function faster and more efficiently, step 1 alone will dramatically transform your child's behavior and attention span. Once the excess has been reduced and we make room in your child's mind, they will become more receptive and less reactive. But we don't stop there. Then we go on to step 2. Step 2 of the ADHD program is to increase the deficiency. Here we strengthen the weakness. Here we exercise the attention muscle. Following the computer analogy, step 2 is like updating your computer software and adding new programs to make it work even better than before. Step 2 is like giving fuel to your child's brain, which will improve their attention span, listening skills, learning abilities, memory recall, their critical thinking, their good judgment, their problem solving and communication skills, and their ability to engage, concentrate, and focus. And finally, we come to step 3 of the ADHD transformation program. This is where it all comes together. The step 3 makes the system stick. It's what makes the results sustainable, easy, and permanent. Step 3 shows you exactly how to effortlessly maintain this new balance for your child, your family, and for you. Step 3 puts this program on autopilot so you can stop worrying and move on to enjoying the special times with your child. The ADHD transformation program will show you exactly how to follow these 3 steps, what to reduce, what to increase, and how to make this change happen as smoothly as possible. This program requires only minutes a day, and you can start to see results almost immediately when you apply the information that is laid out in plain English in an easy-to-follow format that anyone can do. And because this program is all online and digital, you can start benefiting from it within just a few minutes from now, all through your computer from the convenience of your own home, no matter where you live. The format takes you through 5 modules of this program, and they all work together to guide you through these steps. The 24 scientifically proven variables that affect ADHD behaviors get balanced throughout these 5 modules. Each module focuses on a specific aspect of your child's experience to reduce distractions and impulsiveness and increase their clarity of mind and strengthen their sense of mastery over their attention. Module 1 of this program will show you how to enhance your child's presence. This module focuses on reducing those variables that distract them from being in the moment, in the here and now. Because let's face it, without presence, it's impossible to focus your attention on whatever is in front of you. And Module 2 focuses on your child's energy. So in the most practical way, this module helps your child calm the hyperactive and impulsive tendencies and creates the foundation for them to be able to use their mind's full concentration capacities. The first 2 modules deal a lot with reducing the excess, the distractions, and the variables that are making it impossible for them to pay attention and focus. And after we deal with these main saboteurs of attention, we go on to Module 3, when we start to really strengthen your child's attention muscle using specific techniques that will transform your child's emotional and mental awareness in ways that you will find amazing. Module 4 takes us to the next level, where we develop the essential skills to help your child really lock in their concentration so they can better connect and engage with their tasks, their schoolwork, social interactions, and the world around them. And Module 5 is where it all comes together, where the finishing touches are added to embed these positive changes in your child permanently. Because this program is all online and digital, you can start benefiting from it within just a few minutes from now, all through your computer, no matter where you live. When you sign up to join the ADHD Transformation Program today, I'm going to include additional free bonuses that will help you get your child on the right track in even less time. You will get a copy of my best-selling Democratic Parenting ebook, which is a common sense guide for raising happy, confident, and cooperative kids in the 21st century. This is my most popular book that has created a wave of child behavior transformation in over 200 countries worldwide. This book outlines 14 child discipline methods without using punishments, bribes, or rewards. And you can use them for every child behavior problem you can encounter, like defiance, backtalk, tantrums, stubbornness, aggression, and many others. I hope this is going to become one of your favorite parenting books too, and you will pay nothing for this ebook when you sign up to start the ADHD Transformation Program today. The next bonus you will get is the Childhood Stress Disorder webinar recording. This webinar recording will show you how children today are dealing with 10 times more stress than any generation in human history. It will also teach you the 4 types of stress that can affect your child's brain, behavior, and health, and how to spot them and how to avoid them. This webinar also covers the 8 ways to help your child heal from stress and trauma at home without therapy or drugs. And you get this webinar recording completely free with the ADHD Transformation Program when you order it today. You will also get the common ADHD allergens and toxins checklist. This list will expose the most common toxins and allergens that are hiding in your house and environment, which are quietly polluting your child's body and brain, sabotaging your child's health and focus. This is a must-have if you want to protect yourself and your loved ones, and it would be my privilege to offer it to you at no cost when you start the ADHD Transformation Program today. The 4th bonus is the 5 weeks to Overcoming ADHD Naturally webinar series recordings. I'm thrilled to give you lifetime access to these 5 webinar recordings that show you how to master attention and calm hyperactivity in just 5 weeks. These recordings will reveal privileged information about teaching children the art of listening, defragmenting your child's attention, inspiring cooperation at home, participation at school, and influencing and motivating children with the heart. You will get all 5 of these powerful webinar recordings absolutely free when you sign up to start the ADHD Transformation Program today. No more drugs, no more doctor's appointments, no more out-of-control behaviors, and no more limitations on your child's future success. I invite you to click the big button below to get started now. And best of all, since the ADHD Transformation Program is 100% digital and online, you'll gain instant access to the complete program and the bonuses. It's your choice. It's always been your choice. The difference now is that you are aware that you have an option. You can help your child break free from this disorder and help them live the life you dream for them, full of health, happiness, and success. And all it takes is a click of a button. I look forward to seeing you on the inside and hearing your personal success story soon. Feel free to send me a personal email and let me know how the program is working for you to support@parentlearningclub.com. Until then, remember, every single day, give your child all your love. Give yourself that same love too. And together, we can build a brighter future.